مرحبا. Hello everyone. Welcome to Learn Arabic Now series. This lesson is directed for absolute beginners, people with no prior exposure to Arabic language, that is level 0. So this is lesson 1 and this is video 1 from lesson 1, that is part 1. We'll be starting the first Arabic letters. We'll learn how to read and write them and how we put shaping on them to make them move. Call it this moving the Arabic letters, movements of Arabic letters. We will be introduced also to our two friends here, Nadim and Fahim. They will help us with the rules of Arabic language. Nadim is saying marhaban, hello. أنا, I, Nadim. I am Nadim. مرحبا. أنا فهيم. Hello, I am Fahim. Please note that there are different forms of Arabic language. There is the official language, which is called Fasih Arabic, is also called Modern Standard Arabic. And on the other hand, we have dialects, various dialects, or the commonly spoken Arabic, which varies from country to another, varies a lot. We'll not be tackling that in this course. We'll just study Modern Standard Arabic, which is called Fasih Arabic. Okay, you can find it on the news, on TV, in newspapers, in street signs if you are visiting an Arab country, in literature, and it's the language of the Quran, the holy book of Muslims around the world. Please note that also there is what's called classical Arabic, which uses old words and instructions not currently spoken. Modern standard Arabic, we will not tackle that, not study that in this course either. So what do we expect to learn from this lesson? The lesson is called Arabic letters and their movements. It will be on 2 videos. We will start by describing how to read and write an Arabic letter. We will start by letter Alif, which is the first letter in the Arabic alphabet. And then we will describe another letter, which is letter Waw, which is the pre-last one in the Arabic alphabet. And we will explain later why we picked Waw with Alif to start with. We will explain also the 3 signs of tashkeel or shaping that we put on the letter to change its sound, fatha, kasra, and dhamma. In part 1, we will explain fatha and kasra. Then in the video part 2, we will explain dhamma and sukun. And here comes our friend Nadim saying مرحبا, hello. أنا نجيم, I am Nadim. سأساعدكم, I will help you في تعلم in learning قواعد اللغة العربية, the rules of Arabic language. He is informing us that the number of Arabic letters are 28 letters. 21 of them are lightly pronounced, and the other 7 are more difficult to pronounce. They are called heavily pronounced. Please note that sometimes we say that the Arabic letters are 29, not just 28, because Alif is counted twice, once with Hamza and once without Hamza. Hamza is the cap on the top of the Alif. Each time it is pronounced differently. When we pronounce it with Hamza, it is different from when we pronounce it without Hamza. The Arabic alphabet is composed of 28 letters. In this slide, we have the whole 28 letters, and we have letter Alif written by its 2 forms. Okay, so I'll just say the names of the Arabic letters, and we will describe later how each letter is written and how it is pronounced. So listen to the names of the Arabic letters. Alif, B, T, Th, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Zal, Ra, Zay, Sin, Shin, Sad, Dad, Ta, Va, عين غين فاء قاف كاف لام ميم نون هاء واو ياء. Here we have letter kaf. When it comes in the middle of the word, it has a different shape from coming at the end of the word. And here we have also letter ha. When it comes at the end of the word, different shape also from coming at the beginning of the word or in the middle. Let's start immediately with the first letter we have in the Arabic alphabet. It is called letter Alif. This is letter Alif. It gives the sound like the first letter in English, letter A. How do we draw letter Hamza? How do we write it? It is drawn as a longitudinal line from the top to the bottom. Okay, and it has a head on its top or a cap on its top, open from the right side. The cap is called Hamza. Sometimes we write Alif just the line, and sometimes we write it with the cap. So here we have Harful Alif. Note that in Arabic each letter has a name. So the name of the letter is Alif, but the sound it produces is A, like letter A in English. So imagine a man carrying a head cap. That's a man carrying a head cap. So that's how I see letter Alif. This is my handwriting on the tablet of letter Alif, and this is the typing. So just a line, longitudinal line. Don't have to make this curve like perfect like the typing. And the head is like this, a curve and a strike, a curve and a strike. So in order to imagine the size of the letter, in what's the height of the longitudinal line we are going to draw, compare it to letter T, for example, in English, or F or L. When you type, so letter Alif has the same height. So here letter T and letter Alif and letter Alif which I drew by myself. So it's just the same line, so simple. So here we have the two shapes of Alif, one carrying Hamza and the other one not carrying it. When we put Hamza, it is called Hamzat al-Qata. Note that Hamza itself can be written also on other two letters, Waw and J. We will discuss that later on in a separate video. And Alif without Hamza is called Alif al-Wasl. First, Alif gives the sound E, similar to letter E, so it is called A. And the other one is used either as a vowel to extend the sound of the previous letter, or used like in the identification L, or other uses. We will discuss that later in a separate video. Arabic language has a unique thing that we can put a shape or a sign on it to make it sound differently. So we have four different types of shaping to give four different sounds. Okay, we call them movements also. We move the mouse differently to produce each one of them, and we will describe that in the coming slides. Pay attention to the coming section as it is unique in the Arabic language. Let's take the first shaping. It is called fatha. Fatha literally in Arabic means opening. So we expect to open the mouse. How do we open it? Move the upper jaw little up and the lower jaw down significantly while producing a letter carrying a fatha. For example, letter Alif carrying a fatha is pronounced A. You open the mouth when producing the sound. We use a short and tilted strike on top of the letter to denote it is pronounced that way. Letter Alif carrying fatha is pronounced A, as in the English word amazing. Okay, A, amazing. A, asad, for example, lion in Arabic. A, asad. A, amazing. Just the same way of pronouncing A in amazing. So if you open your mouth by moving the upper and lower jaws apart, the opening move is called in Arabic fatha, which literally means opening. Fatha means opening. Alif plus fatha equals A. 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 Asad. A. أسد, lion. The shape of the fatha is a short and tinted dash or strike above the letter Alif, above the Hamza. So what's the direction of the sound getting out of your mouth when you are pronouncing fatha? So imagine a man climbing up the stairs. The sound goes up and out of your mouth. The sound is not contained inside the mouth. You open your mouth when pronouncing a letter carrying fatha. You say so there is air getting out of your mouth with the sound. Sound goes up and out of your mouth. Move the upper jaw up, little up, and the lower jaw significantly down while pronouncing a letter carrying a fatha. As in and, as in ant, as in amazing, as in the Arabic letter Asad. A. Imagine a man climbing up the stairs. Mumtaz, great. Now you learned how to pronounce the first letter Alif with the first shaping Fatha. That's a big progress. Now let's move to the second shaping. It is called Kasra. Here comes Kasra, the second movement or the second shaping we have. What does Kasra literally mean in Arabic? Kasra means a broken thing, something broken. يكسر الشيء, to break something. Okay, why do we call it kasra? Because the sound is broken. The sound coming out of the mouth tends to be directed downwards. So we'd say the sound is broken. Like when we pronounce the letter E in English. Letter Alif carrying kasra is pronounced like E in English. As in he, she, the E in the word he is the same when we say letter Alif and we put the sign of kasra. What's the sign of kasra? It's a short and tilted strike, but written this time below the letter to denote it is pronounced with kasra. So again, in details, how do we pronounce a letter with kasra? Lower your lower jaw down, so the upper jaw is fixed and the lower one goes a little down. At the same time, you move the sides of your mouth each side to the side, as if you are starting a smile. Exactly when you say E, notice that the sides of your mouth move apart. Okay. So here we have the sign of the kasra, a short and tilted strike, also the same direction, tilted to the lower left side, tilted down to the lower left side, and it is written below the letter. So this is the letter, and this is kasra. So Alif plus kasra equal E, sound E. Alif plus fatha equals A, sound A. So A and E. Those are the first two sounds we got from the same letter Alif. Imagine a man climbing down the stairs this time. Climbing down the stairs. That's why they are called movements. We have movement in the shape of the mouth that produces a different sound. The sound goes in letter E, not letter E, in the letter Alif carrying kasra. The sound goes down and out of your mouth. So this time not up and out of your mouth. This time it's down and out of your mouth. Okay, E. So also the air is not contained inside the mouth. It goes out, but to the direction to below, towards below. The lower jaw moves slightly down and the sides of the mouth move slightly to the sides as if you are smiling. You are smiling here. Move the sides to the sides. E as in he, E in Arabic also. Alif plus kasra equals E. E, Imam. Imam. Imam is the person who leads the prayer. Super. Now you got to pronounce the first letter Alif with the second shaping kasra. That was easy, right? So now we said A and E. A is Alif carrying fatha and E is the Alif carrying kasra. In the coming video, we will explain the third shaping, which is called Dhamma. See you there. Thank you for watching. إلى اللقاء.